Primary!
My name is Jenny D.
And my name is Daniel, and welcome to a very special assembly brought to you today by Google and Parent Zone. Now, it's special Kingshurst because today you are going to embark on a journey to become Internet Legends!
Oh, hold on.
What?
Daniel.
Yeah?
There's actually 3 of us here today. There's another Jenny live in the studio. Jenny L is going to be in touch with your teachers today. I hope you're watching teachers, so that you can find out the answers to our questions. Say hello, Jenny L.
Hello.
We have a lot to share with you today, so sit back, make yourselves comfortable and get ready for some fun.
Indeed. Now, in a moment, you're going to see a number 5 appear on your screen. And when it does, Kingshurst, we want you guys to join in with a countdown from 5 to 1. And when you get to 1, we need the biggest, the loudest hello you have ever said.
Oh, go get the countdown ready.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much for doing that. Actually, Kingshurst, now that Jenny's gone, I've got a secret to tell you because I need your help. Unfortunately, Jenny is a little bit upset today because she's lost her favourite toy cat. His name's Colin, and he's just 3 years old, so he's only little. That's why we need your help to find him. We think he might be somewhere around the studio, so keep your eyes peeled because we'll be coming back to you later to find out if you've spotted him. Again, his name is Colin, and he's 3 years old. Let me see if Jenny's ready.
Okay, countdown's ready. That means I'm ready. Daniel, are you ready?
I am ready, Jenny.
Kingshurst Primary, are you ready? Watch your screen because in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello!
Whoa! Wow, that was loud, wasn't it? We're not even in the same room, but I'm pretty sure I still heard you here in our studio.
Me too. I bet your teacher's ears are hurting now. Daniel,
Yes?
you said something about internet legends.
Yes, I did, Jenny, that's right. Now, internet legends are the masters of the online world, and I'm sure all of you guys watching at Kingshurst would agree that the internet is a brilliant place where you can learn and discover so many new things, and of course, stay in contact like we're doing today. But to make the most of it, you have to be careful. You have to make the right decisions, and you have to look after each other. This is what internet legends do.
They sound great. And I bet this stuff is more important now, Daniel, than ever before.
Yeah, exactly, Jenny. Because more and more of us are staying home at the moment, more of us are probably using technology and exploring the internet even more. Some of you guys might even be submitting your work to your teacher online, for example.
Oh, so can they all be internet legends?
What, Kingshurst Primary?
Yeah.
I don't think they want to become internet legends, Jenny.
Do you want to be internet legends? Oh, come on, you could be louder than that. Do you want to be internet legends?
Whoa! Okay, wow, we hear you loud and clear. Just because we're staying indoors now doesn't mean we can't go on adventures. Jenny L, I hope everyone's ready, because to be internet legends, we are going on an awesome adventure to an incredible virtual world called Interland.
Ooh. Wait, Daniel, tell them what these things are.
Oh yeah, these things here are called the Internauts. Don't be shy, Kingshurst, give them a wave. Hello! Now the Internauts, they're a lot like you and me because just like us, they love to have loads of fun exploring the internet. But because they live here in Interland, the Internauts are always online the whole time.
That sounds great, right?
Well, yeah, maybe, Jenny, but because they're always online, they have to remember how important it is to stay safe.
Of course. So let me introduce you to a very special internaut who goes by the name of Legend.
That's right. Now, Legend is a hero to all of the other internauts because Legend always knows the right things to say and do online.
And this is Legend's friend Pip. Pip's a bit more like you and I. Pip isn't always sure of the right thing to do online, but together and with Legend's help, we can make sure we all make the right decisions.
That's right. But guess what? Not everyone in Interland is good because these little guys here are called dun dun dun, the Internauties. And they like to cause trouble and make the other internauts unhappy. And I want to point out one specifically, this guy on the end in red, that's the Oversharer. And they've been dropping letters all over the place. And do you know what? I think they might be trying to spell out a word. So grab yourself a paper and a pencil and write down any of those letters that you see and see if you can work out what that word is. Wait, is that an I?
So, you found out about the internauts. Why don't we find out a bit about you? So this is the part where we're going to come to you guys and we're going to ask you some questions. We would like you to respond yes if your answer is yes to your teachers, or no if your answer is no to your teachers. Then we'll come across to Jenny L to find out your answers. Got it?
I think they might have, Jenny, but you know what? Just for a little warm-up so they can get used to the process, why don't we ask them a nice, simple question and they can answer yes or no to practice?
All right.
I've got an idea for a question. Is that okay if I ask?
Yeah.
Okay, here is my question to you. Is Kingshurst Primary the best school in the whole wide world? If you think that's a yes, type yes to your teacher now. If it's a no, type no to your teacher. Is Kingshurst Primary the best school in the whole entire world? And vote.
Oh, I think they're typing.
I think they might be, Jenny.
Which is a shame, because I actually had the best school in the world. We used to win a netball tournament every week.
That's absolute rubbish, Jenny. And I'll tell you why, because my primary school was the best school in the whole world. And this is why, because every Friday for lunch we had fish and chips. And they were the most amazing fish and chips you've ever tasted.
Fishy Friday, jealous?
Yeah.
All right, let's come across to Jenny L and find out what you guys have to say.
Well, I'm afraid to say I think that you are both wrong. My primary school was definitely the best primary school. We had purple and yellow uniforms, which were my absolute favourite colours when I was at school. And we had the most amazing sponge cake with icing and sprinkles. It was amazing. But actually, we've been told that you, Kingshurst, are the best in the north of the borough at sports. And you've been the School of the Year 5 times in a row. Now that, to me, says that you are one of the best primary schools.
Wow, it does, doesn't it? It beats our netball record. I'll tell you what, we're going to vote for real this time. And it's going to be like a talent show where you're voting from the comfort of your own chairs. So are you ready? Let's begin. Kingshurst Primary, do you use the internet? If you do, type yes. If you don't, type no. Do you use the internet? I think they're going to say yes, Daniel.
Why do you think that, Jenny?
Because I think they're using the internet right now to watch us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But what do you guys use it for?
Okay, do you use the internet for your schoolwork? If you do, type yes to your teacher now. If you don't, type no. Do you use the internet for your schoolwork? Now, you've got to be honest because, again, some of your teachers might be watching in here. I'll tell you what, though, Jenny, in a way, isn't this kind of schoolwork?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit more fun than the normal type of schoolwork.
Just a little bit.
But it kind of is, isn't it?
Okay, what about chatting with your friends online? Do you chat with your friends online? If you do, type yes. If you don't, type no. Tell you what, I am chatting with my friends and family more now than ever before.
Yeah, me too, actually, yeah.
All right, next one.
What about sharing funny pictures like this little guy here in his blanket? If you are, type yes. If not, that's fine. You can type no. Are you sharing funny pictures or videos, anything like that, on the internet? If you are, type yes. And if you're not, type no. I tell you what, Jenny, I've been sending loads of funny pictures to loads of people just to try and cheer people up.
That's a great idea, Daniel. All right, last one, Kingshurst Primary. What about playing games? Is anyone playing games online? If you are, type yes. If you're not, type no. I am playing loads of games online in lockdown. And do you know what? I've even got the highest score ever on Interland.
Kingshurst is always showing off about that. Always.
Because I'm the best.
You are, actually.
Shall we go across to Jenny L and find out your answers?
You're right, Daniel. Jenny is always showing off about that. And it's my challenge today to try and get an even better high score, so wish me luck. Now for our first question, do you use the internet? We know that all of you who are watching now are of course using the internet, so that would be a big yes. For are you using it for your schoolwork? As Daniel said, this is kind of schoolwork, so that again would be a yes, you are using it for your schoolwork. Chatting with friends, we hope that lots of you are chatting together, sharing all your answers for everything that we're sharing now, which would mean that you're chatting with your friends. Sharing funny pictures is something I spend far too much time doing. I'm always sharing funny memes and pictures of my dog, lots and lots of funny pictures. I wonder if you guys are sharing funny pictures. And for playing games, you know that we like playing games, and we've got a game later we're going to tell you all about. But I wonder, do you play games? Let us know in the comments.
Absolutely. You know what? I bet Kingshurst are on the internet as much as we are.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, that proves that you guys are on the internet almost as much as the internauts. But do you know what? To become an internet legend, you need to follow a pledge. That's 5 simple but powerful promises to ensure that your online lives are epic. Here they come. So first of all, to be an internet legend, you need to be sharp and think before you share. You need to be alert and check it's for real. You need to be secure and protect your stuff. You need to be kind and respect each other. And lastly, you need to be brave and when in doubt, discuss.
Daniel?
Yes?
That's loads to remember, isn't it, Kingshurst? I'll tell you what, can I teach them a really easy way to remember this?
Yeah.
It goes sharp, alert, secure, kind, brave. Did you catch that? Because I want you to join in this time. You guys and your teachers, and I want you to be so loud, you blow your roof off. Ready?
Sharp, alert, secure, kind, brave!
Yes.
Wow, that was loud. Right, guys, are you ready to have some adventures and visit Interland?
Yeah!
Yay! Let's go.
Welcome to Interland. And as you can see, there are 4 floating islands where the internauts hang out. We're going to go through each of them quickly, see if you can spot them around this room as well. First up in blue, we've got Mindful Mountain. In red, Reality River. In orange, the Tower of Treasure. In green, this one's our favourite, is Kind Kingdom. So, why don't we begin our journey in Mindful Mountain? This is like the town centre of Interland. It's a bit like Birmingham. It's where all the internauts get together. They share their personal pictures, their stories and their thoughts.
That's right, Jenny, but they need to be careful about what they share and who they share it with, because in this part of Interland, internauts need to think before they share, and this is called being internet sharp. Now, you know what? Sometimes internauts share things they shouldn't.
Yep. For example, the oversharer loves passing on personal and private information belonging to the other internauts. They don't even care if it makes them unhappy.
That is right, Jenny, but do you know what? Actually, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to know whether something is a good or a bad share, can't it?
Yeah.
I've got an idea.
What?
Since we've got Kingshurst Primary watching with us today, do you have an example for these guys of a good share?
Yeah! Check it out, this super cool picture of a rainbow someone drew as a huge thank you to all the doctors, nurses, carers and key workers who are doing such a great job looking after us right now. They were really proud of this drawing. They were happy for me to share it online because sometimes the more shares you get, the better. Am I right, Daniel?
Well, with something like this, Jenny, absolutely. But do you know what? Not always. Because sometimes you might prefer to be a little bit more private. Sometimes you might just like to share things with your friends or your family. Jenny?
Yes.
This is a great example of a good share. Really great. But now do you have an example for these guys of a not so good share?
Yeah, my cat wouldn't want anyone seeing this picture of their bath time. Well, let's face it, they're not looking their best. Just because it was my picture and I took it. Does that make it okay for me to share it, Daniel?
I don't think so, Jenny.
Oh, it doesn't, does it? So sorry, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on indeed. Now, here's another example. Ooh, yeah. Now, you guys remember Pip the internaut? One time, Pip was trying out some serious football skills and messed up.
Ouch.
Now, at the time, Oversharer was filming it on their phone, and when they both watched it back together, they both found it funny. But Oversharer found it so funny, they decided to share it with a load of other internauts that Pip didn't know.
Oh, yeah, and they found the video funny too, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they shared it with their friends, and their friends shared it with their friends, and their friends shared it with their friends, and before long, do you know what happened? It went viral, and everybody in Interland saw that video of poor Pip's football fail. That made Pip feel really sad and really embarrassed. Oversharer was being selfish sharing that video. And guys, just like when we all visit the internet, we all have to think about what we share before we put it online.
Oh yeah, that's right, because when we post something on the internet, we can't always control how many people will see it. And here, Kingshurst Primary is a good way for you guys to understand how that works. Well, Jenny, it's challenge time!
Woo! Challenge number 1, you guys. This one's really important to me. I've been trying to hide it, but I'm really upset because I've lost my toy cat. I can't find him anywhere. He looks a bit like this, and I wondered if anyone had seen him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jenny, why don't we turn this bit into a little bit of a quiz?
Okay.
Is that okay? So what I would like to do is ask Kingshurst 3 questions, and then they can send the answers to Jenny L.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my questions to you, Kingshurst Primary. Question number 1, where is the cat, if you spotted them? Question number 2, what is the cat's name? And question number 3, how old is the cat? Bit of a clue there. So again, you want the answers to these questions and send them to your teachers now. Question number 1, where is the cat, if you spotted them? Question number 2, how old is the cat? And question number 3, oh, that got that the wrong way around, didn't I? Question number 2 is what is the cat's name? And question number 3, how old is that cat? Type yes or no, type the answers to those questions to your teachers now. Go for it.
Shall we give them a countdown?
I think we should.
Yeah, ready? We're going to start at the top. Wait a minute. How would they know all of that?
Well, Jenny, this is an example to show you how quickly personal information can spread.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shall we go across to Jenny L and see if anybody's answered our questions?
Well, first of all, I've been sent some personal information about you at your school. I have been told that all of you at Kingshurst are really polite children, which is wonderful, and I'm sure you'll all do absolutely brilliantly when we get to Kind Kingdom later on. Now, I can spot a little cat on my screen. I'm not sure if you can see it there at Kingshurst, but I'll give you a little clue. If you look towards the top of the screen, you might be able to see him. Now, if you've got the name or the age, type it in. But I was wondering, Daniel, how do you know how old he is and what his name is?
Good question, Jenny. And I tell you what a good spot. If we could have just asked you, Jenny, couldn't we? You found it. But hopefully Kingshurst Primary will spot that as well. I'll tell you how I know the name, because actually I've seen him before. He's a good friend of Jenny. Jenny brings him everywhere with her. His name's Colin, and he's 3 years old, and it says both of those bits of information on his collar.
It does.
Yes.
And Jenny, thank you for spotting Colin. He's right up there. Kingshurst, if you've got the answers to some of those questions, how would you know? Are you psychic?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jenny, I gave him some clues a little bit earlier on because I wanted them to help us find him because I knew you were upset. But actually, it kind of worked, didn't it? Because Jenny in the studio, she spotted him as well. So see how quickly personal information like that can spread.
Oh, yeah, and I bet it spreads even faster on the internet.
Yeah, and anything you share could be forwarded or go viral, Jenny. Not just pictures of Colin or videos of football fails. It could be something like a comment or a joke that you might make online, and someone might take it the wrong way. And then, guys, once it's on the internet, it's there to stay. And then everyone can see it, even strangers.
Yeah, but Daniel, there's not that many people on the internet, is there?
Well, Jenny, it depends on what you think is that many people. Do you think 62.2 million people is a lot of people? It is, isn't it? And that is exactly how many people could go on the internet every single day in the UK alone. So guys, if you took a picture of Colin, for instance, posted that on the internet, 62.2 million people could see that photo. Or here's another way of putting it, it is 690 completely full Wembley stadiums. Now, I don't know about you, Jenny, but to me, that is a lot of people.
Shall we pick our jaws off the floor? Having something go around your school, Kingshurst, that you didn't want everyone to see, that is bad enough, isn't it? But imagine if this many people saw something that you didn't want them to see.
Yeah, exactly. So remember, guys, always think before you share, and don't let an oversharer spoil your fun. So, to be internet sharp, say it with us, you need to think before you share.
Oh, I think they got that, Daniel, didn't they? So why don't we take a trip to Reality River? Now, this runs through the centre of Interland, and it is flowing with facts and fake news. On Reality River, things are not always as they seem.
That's right, because in this part of Interland, internauts need to check it's for real, and this is called being internet alert. Now, this is really important for all of you at Kingshurst to remember, because sometimes when you're online, there might be people out there who try and tell you things that just aren't true.
But let's remember, there is loads of good stuff on the internet, isn't there? Here's a tip for you, Kingshurst Primary. If something seems too good to be true, the chances are it probably is. An internet legend is always alert, and they can tell what's fact and what's fake.
Very good tip, Jenny. But here's another example for you, Kingshurst. Have you heard of phishing?
Yes.
Now, it's a strange word.
Yes,
What
we
I'm
have.
I'm going
We've
to
heard
talk
of
to you a bit
phishing.
about it because...
Over a fishing rod.
Jenny. What?
Why are we talking about fishing, Daniel?
Jenny,
Yeah.
why have you brought the fishing rod?
You said we're talking about fishing today.
Well, yeah, but it's internet safety. It's safety online, Jenny. It's not fishing. Do you see a lake?
How
Do
about-
you see the sea, a pond, anything?
What should I do?
Well,
Should I throw it?
Get rid of it, yeah. Jenny, this is embarrassing. What do we do now? Do we carry on?
Carry on.
Okay. Fishing with a PH. This type of phishing, Jenny,
Yes.
is something people do if they're trying to steal your personal information, like your email address or your password online. And guess what? They exist in Interland too. This little blue Internauti here is called a fisher. And they like to steal the other internaut's personal information and sometimes, would you believe it, even their pocket money. Yeah, scary thought. Now, fishers, they use dodgy emails, fake websites, and online pop-ups to trick you guys into entering your personal information. So, how do we spot a phishing attack?
Daniel,
Well, I'll tell
Daniel,
you. I'm talking
I just
to
had a pop-up saying I've won a free skin for my favourite game. Yes.
A skin? What's a skin?
A skin, Daniel, is something to make your character look different, like different hair, different car. I've always wanted this costume.
Wow, this costume looks great. I'll tell you what though, Jenny, just before you do anything here, let's have a look because you know what, Kingshurst? This is a primary example of what actually could be a phishing attack. Can you guys watching spot any clues as to why it might be a phishing attack? What?
I've spotted a clue.
Have you?
Yep. It's asking for my gamer ID and my password.
Well spotted, Jenny. Let's highlight that. You are right. It's asking for your gamer ID and your password, which is your own personal information, and you should never give that to anyone at all. But Jenny, do you know what could happen if you gave out that information?
Someone could log into my gaming account, play all my games, but more importantly, they could purchase things through my account using my money.
You're absolutely right, which is not good at all. Let's have a look at another one. If I highlight this one, it says, you have won a free skin for your favorite game, which sounds fantastic. But again, that goes back to what Jenny was saying earlier. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. And also, let me ask you this, Jenny. Did you enter into this competition? You didn't, did you? Just popped up out of nowhere, which is another suspicious thing. Now, there's one more on here, and I'm going to highlight it because it's a tricky one. It says, click here to claim your skin. And when you do, it comes up with this website with lots of random letters, symbols, and numbers. And do you know what? All of those things together look very fishy to me.
Very fishy. But Daniel, wait. You love baking. You've been doing loads in lockdown. You go to Cookie Club to get all your recipes. How do you know that that website's trusted?
What a good question, Jenny. Well, I go here specifically because it has one of these. We're looking in the website address bar at this green closed padlock and also the letters HTTPS, which are also in green, and the S stands for secure. Hopefully, Kingshurst, you've seen some of these things before, because if you have, it means the websites you're using are trusted and safe to carry on using. But look at that last website. It had loads of clues to spot a website was trying to trick you. But I tell you what, if you're not sure about any of these things, who should you check with, Jenny? A trusted?
Adult.
Very good.
So, guys, from now on, when we are playing games or browsing, here's some things to look out for. Pop-ups offering us things too good to be true, links to fake or dodgy websites that they're asking us to click on, anything that we're not sure about, things that are asking for our personal information, especially our passwords. Always check any of those things with a trusted adult. Only go to safe, secure websites. We know they are because they have closed padlocks. And the letters HTTPS. The S is the most important part because it stands for secure. If you remember all of those things and you tell everybody about it, you will help yourselves and somebody else too. Kapow! Bust the fishers. Busted.
Busted indeed. So guys, to be internet alert, say it with us, you need to
Check it's for real! We are off to the next part of Interland, and it's called the Tower of Treasure. Now guys, this is where the Internet's valuables are kept. If you have a device, your valuable things on there could be your photographs, your phone numbers, or even the places you've been to.
Yeah, that's right, and all personal information and data is valuable. Everyone should take care to protect their stuff, and that means you guys, your parents, your teachers, the internauts. And that's why an internet legend always knows to protect your stuff. And this is called being internet secure. Now, I'll tell you what, Jenny, we know all of that stuff, don't we? But I'll tell you what we don't know right now, the time. Do you know what time it is, Jenny?
What time is it, guys?
It's challenge time!
Woo! Challenge number 2. We are going to play true or false. We're going to show you some statements. And if you think they're true, type true to your teachers. If you think they're false, type false to your teachers. Daniel will reveal the answer, and then we'll come across to Jenny L right at the end to see if any of you got 3 out of 3. Let's begin. True or false? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is one of the most common passwords used by people online. If you think that's true, type true. If you think that's false, type false. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is one of the most common passwords used by people online.
I think they've had enough time, Jenny, so let's reveal the answer.
True.
It is indeed true, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is one of the most commonly used passwords by people online. And look at it, it's not a very good password because it's quite easy to guess. So your password should be a lot stronger than that, and it should have a mixture of capital letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols.
Great tip, Daniel. All right, guys. Statement number 2. True or false? It's okay to use the same password for all the websites you visit and all your devices. If you think that's true, type true. If you think that's false, type false. It's okay to use the same password for all the websites you visit and all your devices.
Let's reveal the answer. It's
False.
false. Yeah, it's not okay to use the same password for any personal accounts, websites, or of course all of your devices. You should have different ones for all of those things. And here's another top tip. You should change them regularly as well.
Great top tips today, Daniel. Okay, statement number 3. True or false? If you close a web browser on the internet, it automatically logs out of your accounts. If you think that's true, type true. If you think that's false, type false. If you close a web browser on the internet, it automatically logs out of your accounts.
Let's find out what it is. It's
False.
Yeah, and this is really important for you guys at Kingshurst to remember, because sometimes you might be using shared computers. Now, just because you close down a website, a web browser, does not mean you've logged out of any personal accounts you've been using. Normally, you need to look at the top left or right-hand corner of the screen for a logout, an avatar, a picture, something like that that you can click on, then close that account down or that website, and then close the browser down. Because if you don't, someone could come along, sit at your computer, see all of your personal information, and pretend to be you and say things you wouldn't, which isn't good at all.
No, but I'll tell you what is good. We're going to go across to Jenny L to find out if anyone got 3 out of 3.
Well, I'm sure lots of people at Kingshurst got 3 out of 3. You told us that you are better than Smith's Wood School, so I'm sure if that's the case, you got lots and lots of answers right. I'll go through the statements just in case any of you missed any, and if you've still got some answers to come through, we can read them out. Our third statement was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is one of the most common passwords. Of course, that was true. Our next one, it's okay to use the same password for all your different devices and all your different websites, which of course is false. And finally, if you close a web browser on the internet, it automatically logs you out of your accounts. We realise that that is false, so well done if you got 3 out of 3.
Absolutely, well done if you did get 3 out of 3, Kingshurst, brilliant to you, but don't worry if you didn't get 3 out of 3 because they're quite tricky ones. Anyway, now it's time to meet the hacker. Can I get a Yeah, now this internauty here is up to no good trying to steal the other internaut's personal information.
But luckily, there are loads loads of ways to protect our information from hackers.
That's right, but the best way, Jenny, is by having a strong, safe, secure password. Now, passwords, they're a bit like the keys to your house. They keep all of your good stuff locked up so only you guys can get to them. Now, I'm sure all of you at Kingshurst, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't walk out of your house, lock your door, walk down the street and see a stranger and say, "Hello, stranger, stop right there, here's my keys. Go and get some biscuits from my house." Would you do that? Would you do that, Jenny?
No!
Of course you wouldn't. So don't do the same thing with your password.
Oh, I see where you're going with that, Daniel. And guys, when we create a password, it has to be tricky so that a hacker cannot guess it. Your password can't just be the name of your pet or your toy pet like Colin or the name of your favourite team. So, how do we do that?
Oh, actually, Jenny, it's quite funny you asked me that because earlier today, Pip was asking if we could help them build a strong password.
Nice one, Pip. And I've got a great idea. What about the word legends?
What a great word! That's brilliant, Jenny. Very in keeping with what we're talking about today. But is it strong enough?
Ooh, shall we see if the hacker can hack it? Join us, Kingshurst, for the big game show. Whoa! Hacked it.
Indeed, too easy. Okay, let's have a look at this password again. I love this, Jenny. This word is brilliant, so I don't want to change it. What I want to do is make it a bit stronger, and I'm going to do that by asking Pip if you have any capital letters we could include here.
Oh, nice one, Pip. So that looks a bit stronger. Why don't we see if the hacker can hack it? Ready? Whoa! We hacked it again.
Did, not too hard. Okay, all right, let's have a look. Here is the password again. What can we do to... Oh, I've got an idea. Do you know what? Again, I still want to keep this word, Jenny, because it's a lovely word. So what I'm going to do is introduce some numbers, but I'm going to change some letters that could look like numbers into numbers. So let's have a look. These E's, Jenny, if they were capitals, what number could they look like?
3s?
Yeah, absolutely. And what have we got left? Let's have a look at this S. What number could that look like?
A 5?
Pip, have you got those numbers for us?
Ooh, nice one, Pip. And because we changed the letters that look like numbers, that still looks to me like legends. Let's find out if the hacker can hack it. Ready? Whoa! Daniel, I thought we had it.
So did I, Jenny. I'm not really sure where we're going wrong here. Let's have a look. We've got a lovely word. We've got uppercase letters, lowercase. We've got numbers. We've got 8 characters.
No, we've got 7. Only got 7.
7?
Yeah.
7. Oh, Jenny. That's where we've gone wrong.
Oh.
Any strong password should always have at least 8 characters. And do you know what else we're missing? A symbol.
Oh, sorry.
Pip, do you have a symbol here we could make this password into 8 characters? Ooh.
Nice one, Pip. Nice symbol. Let's see if the hacker can hack it. Ready?
Whoa!
Yay! We beat the hacker.
We did indeed. Are you happy with that password, Pip?
Woohoo! Pip says thank you. Legend has given out a heart emoji. Is anyone going to remember all of that later? Me neither. Let's recap. We started with the word legends. Choose your own memorable word, but make sure it has a mixture of lowercase and uppercase letters. Change some of the letters that look like numbers into numbers. That will help you remember it and makes it even more secure. Make sure you have at least 8 characters or more. Pop a symbol in there somewhere. And guys, it is just as important to keep your password to yourself.
Exactly. So guys, to be internet secure, say it with us, you need to protect your stuff.
We are off to the final part of Interland. It is our favourite place. It's a place called Kind Kingdom. Now this is where the Internauts come together and they just have fun.
Yeah, that's right, because in this part of Interland, Internauts know to respect each other, and this is called being internet kind. Now, unfortunately, you get bullies in Interland just like you do in the real world. This big yellow bobbing Internauty here is called a cyber bully. And they like to say unkind things to the other Internauts and thinks it's okay to make them unhappy, which we know is not good at all.
Yeah, because Internauts, they should only ever post, comment or share something that they wouldn't mind receiving themselves. So they should always think about their comments before they press send. Now, we know that, don't we?
We do, yeah.
But do you know what we don't know?
What?
My watch isn't working. I don't know what time it is.
I think, Jenny, it's
challenge time! Woo! Challenge number 3, your third and final challenge, Kingshurst. We are going to show you what's happening in Interland. Daniel is going to give you a choice of 2 emojis. We would like to know which emoji you would choose. Daniel's going to share with you what emoji he would choose, and then we'd like to find out whether you agreed with any of our choices. We'll come across to Jenny L to do just that. So check it out. Legend has just posted that they've reached the highest level ever on their favourite game. What could you comment back with an emoji, Daniel?
Well, Jenny, I've got a couple of really good ones here for you. First of all, I have got happy smiley face. Eee. Second of all, I have got cool dude. Happy smiley face. Eee. Cool dude. Ooh, indeed. These are both very good choices, Jenny. But do you know what? Because I know Legend will be buzzing to have got the highest score in their favourite game, I'm going to say Legend is a cool dude.
Nice choice, Daniel. I wonder what Kingshurst Primary chose. All right, next one. One of your friends has spent ages drawing a picture, a bit like this one here, of the internauts, and they've shared it. What could you comment back, Daniel?
Jenny, I've got another couple of really good ones here for you. First of all, I've got sticky out tongue emoji. Then I've got, ooh, I love that. Sticky out tongue emoji. There. Ooh, I love that. Do you know what? These are both great emojis, Jenny, but this is an easy one for me, and I'll tell you why. Because I am a terrible drawer. So because of that, I love anything that is good like this, any good drawings. So I'm going to say, ooh, I love that.
I think that's a great choice. I wonder what these guys chose. All right, everybody, do you want to see my favourite animal?
Yeah.
Look how cute it is.
Oh, I love foxes. That's so funny, because not many people really like foxes.
Daniel.
What?
This is not a fox.
What do you mean?
It's a red panda, isn't it, guys? Red panda.
I've never even heard of that, Jenny.
Oh, no.
Sorry, shall I just show them the emojis?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, we've got blushy smiley face emoji. Eee. Second of all, we've got dreamy love eyes. Ooh. Blushy smiley face. Eee. Dreamy love eyes. Do you know what? Again, these are great emojis, but I think because I got the animal a bit wrong, Jenny, I'm a bit embarrassed about that. And that is kind of an embarrassed emoji, isn't it? So I think I'm going to go with that one.
Well, that's interesting, because I would have gone for the dreamy love eyes, because I love this animal. But that's okay, isn't it? That's the point. We are all allowed to make our own choices, aren't we? I wonder what these guys chose. All right, last one, everybody. What would you do if you saw somebody online having a really bad day, like poor old Pip here? Now, you've got to think really carefully, because sometimes emojis and comments, they don't come across how we want them to.
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it, Jenny? Okay, let me show you the two I've got. First of all, I have got crying with laughter emoji. Then I've got sending you lots of love. Crying with laughter emoji, sending you lots of love. Do you know what? This is probably a bit more tricky than you actually realise, and I'll tell you why. That's my favourite emoji.
Mine too.
Yeah, we use this all the time, don't we? Send it to everyone we know. But I'll tell you what, let's say I saw you on the online, Jenny, and you seemed a little bit upset, and I could sense that, and I sent you that emoji. What could you think?
I would actually think you were laughing at me because I was upset. That would make me feel worse.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, to try and cheer Pip up here, and you, if I saw you online upset, Jenny, I would do sending you lots of love.
I like that choice, Daniel. I wonder what Kingshurst Primary chose. Shall we come across to Jenny L and see what you guys went for?
Well, first of all, Kingshurst, you have told us that you have the friendliest teachers, and also, of course, that you are all extremely polite. So I'm sure here in Kind Kingdom, you gave wonderful answers to all of our emojis. Now, I'm going to let you know what I answered, but as Jenny said, if people answered differently, it doesn't matter. We can all make our own decisions. For the first one, Legend has reached his highest score ever on his favourite game. I put a smiley face. For one of your friends has drawn a picture of their favourite internaut, I'd love that and send a big heart. For the red panda, it's so cute, I can't think of anything apart from the dreamy love eyes. And for Pip crying, I'd want to send lots of love.
Nice one, Jenny.
Well done indeed, Jenny. Absolutely right. But you know what? That last one is quite important, because sometimes when we say things to people on the internet, it's not always the same as saying it to them in person.
Now, this only happens when we don't think about our comments before we send them. So, I would like you all to try my Say It Out Loud test. Next time you're about to post something and you're not sure it's quite right to say it out loud. Say it out loud to yourself. And if it makes you think, I wouldn't actually say that to somebody else's face. Daniel,
Yeah?
should you post it?
I don't think so, Jenny.
No, you shouldn't.
Now, all internet legends know to be kind and positive to each other, so I want all of you at Kingshurst, because here's my challenge to you. I want you, after this assembly finishes, to find someone online that you guys can be kind or positive to. And I'm going to give you a lovely little example now, because I'm here, obviously not on the internet right this second, but I'm here, standing here with Jenny, and I'm going to say, Jenny, you are doing a brilliant job today, so well done.
Oh, thanks, Daniel. You're doing a great job. Jenny L's doing a great job. Kingshurst Primary are doing a great job. And Daniel,
Yeah.
I love your Google hoodie.
Oh, thank you. But you know what? If someone's being unkind to you or someone that you know, there are things that you can do to stop them. They're going to appear on the screen, and when you see them, I want you to shout them out nice and loud. The first thing you could do is block. Secondly, you could
Report
it to an adult or to the website you're using. And lastly, you could tell an adult. Do you know what, Jenny? Sometimes I'm not quite sure which one of those three things to do. And if that's the case, I just do all three things together.
I like your thinking, Daniel. So, Kingshurst Primary, how can we be internet kind? Shout it out with us. We need to respect each other. Yeah, so there you have it. You've seen all of Interland. It's a cool place, isn't it? Especially when we make the right choices. So I'm going to give the Internauts a wave.
A wave?
Yeah.
Why are we waving, Jenny?
We're going, aren't we?
You've done it again. I don't believe this, Jenny. This is so embarrassing again. We haven't finished. You've probably forgotten the most important thing
All right.
all internet legends need to know.
Okay. Let me see what I've missed.
Yeah.
Sharp, alert, secure, kind, brave. When in doubt, discuss.
Exactly, Jenny, which is called being internet brave. Now, when an internaut hears or sees something they're not sure is right, they talk to somebody who can help them out with the situation. And this is just as important for all of you guys at Kingshurst Primary to remember as well, because guess what? There is always someone out there who can help you out.
Is there?
Yeah.
Like who? Like my favourite YouTuber, Joe Wicks. I've been doing his PE lessons in the morning, running on the spot.
Oh, wow, that looks...
Makes me really tired.
Yeah, that makes me tired just watching you there, Jenny. But let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Do you know Joe Wicks personally enough to speak to him?
Don't be silly, I've never met him. He's just on YouTube.
Well then, Jenny, how could you possibly speak to him on a personal level? You couldn't, could you?
No.
Jenny, well, I'll tell you what, the person you're talking to has to be someone that you can trust.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at some of those people now. So it could be a parent, a teacher, a carer, your auntie or your uncle, your grandma or your grandpa. Jenny, do you know any people on this list?
I do, and I'm an auntie. I'm one of those people on the list.
There you go, so someone might be talking to you as well.
Yeah.
But you know what, don't worry if it's someone different from this list that you would prefer to speak to, because the important things are that you trust them, you can tell them what's on your mind, even in a tricky situation, and you know what? Sometimes that is the bravest thing to do.
It's so brave, isn't it? So, Kingshurst, how can we be internet brave? Say it with us. When in doubt, discuss! Yes!
Yes, indeed. There you have it, Kingshurst Primary. We are now nearly at the end of our assembly, which means you guys are very, very nearly internet legends. But not yet, because before we go, we have an important challenge for you all. We want you guys to take away everything you've learnt today, or if not, just one thing that you can teach to everybody that you know so that they can become internet legends too. But it's a lot to remember, isn't it? So Jenny's going to help you by teaching you the Internet Legends Pledge.
I love this bit. Guys, join me, won't you? Have your shoulders back, your heads held high, and your hands across your heart. Repeat after me. I promise!
I promise
To be sharp and think before I share.
to be sharp and think before I share.
To be alert and check it's for real.
To be alert and check it's for real.
To stay secure and protect my stuff.
To stay secure and protect my stuff.
To be kind and respect my fellow legends.
To be kind and respect my fellow legends.
To be brave. When in doubt, discuss.
To be brave. When in doubt, discuss.
Kingshurst Primary, you are about to become internet legends. And to do that, we need you to shout this from the rooftops. One last time.
Sharp, alert, secure, kind, brave! Wow! Woohoo indeed! They've been absolutely... hang on a second, Kingshurst. There's another letter.
Oh, what?
Look, there's a letter,
What?
Jenny. Can you see that? The letter D.
What's that?
Oh, Jenny, never mind. Guys, hopefully you had your pencil and your piece of paper. You've managed to write down all those letters that you've seen, and you've managed to work out what this important word is. Now, we're going to find out if you have spotted it by going over to Jenny L in the studio.
First of all, well done to all of you for officially becoming internet legends. That's absolutely brilliant. Now, I know that some of you will definitely have got this word. I got the first few letters up to the R and then I lost count and couldn't figure out what the word was. I was wondering, Jenny and Daniel, did you manage to get the word?
I didn't even see any of them land.
Well, it's lucky I did, isn't it, Jenny, then? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jenny L. Yes, there was an R in there. Let's go through them. So first we saw an I,
Yeah.
then there was an N, then there was a T, E, R, like Jenny said. Then there was an L, A, oh, then there was an N, and now finally a D. Jenny, do you know what that spells?
I've just blended it. Interland! Interland!
Yes, absolutely right, Jenny. It is Interland. And that's important because Interland is a free game that you guys can play. It's absolutely brilliant. And to get there and play it, all you do is go to Google and type in B, Internet Legends, or you can type in Interland Game. And either way, you should be able to get there. But if you can't, I'm sure your teachers will be able to help you out. But play the game, have loads of fun, explore with your friends as well, and introduce it to your family. All that's left for us to say, Kingshurst, is you guys have been absolutely brilliant today. And you are now officially, all of you,
Internet Legends! Wow, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for listening. It's time for us to go now, guys. Happy internet exploring and bye!